for men specifically dealing with mental health and addiction, what are some things that you can tell them? And also for the women who are sitting at home with husbands or boyfriends or fathers or sons who have these things, because there is sometimes something lost in translation, and maybe you're the whisperer who needs to make that connection.
No, thank you. And again, you're right. First and foremost, shout out to Gina Tabrizi. Love her. She's my sister. And I must say there's more work still needs to be done for women. And I'm grateful for the women finding their voice and finding spaces in leadership. We've seen them, come in as veterans and working in STEM professions and things like that. And still more work needs to be done. Men, we've got work to do. And these outcomes about the suicide rates, our health and disparities among men who are dying younger, higher suicide rates. We probably outnumber men or women in addiction programs about 4 to 1 sometimes.
Okay. Wow.
We're using a lot of drugs and alcohol to cover up our emotional pain, right? And even if we're not suicidal, we're trying to numb it out because we haven't been taught as men or boys becoming men how to deal with emotion well, how to express it. Men, we have not learned or seen good role models. We haven't seen that rite of passage of what it shows up to be like to be sad.
Right.
Because what do we say? If men cry, right? You're weak. If you're vulnerable, you're weak. You don't talk to your woman about your vulnerabilities and all that other kind of stuff.
Right.
We have to show it. We have to be men. We have to be strong. And if I do talk about my emotions or my sadness or my pain, that somehow my masculinity is at risk, right? And even sometimes for some groups, especially among minority groups, even showing happiness. Like I remember growing up, like every picture, you don't smile. Right?
You got to show you that you're
strong,
tough. Right?
You're tough. Every picture is like, you're tough. Like,
Right.
I'm not going to show smiling because that looks weak.
Right.
So the only thing that I'm comfortable with is anger, right? And kind of this firm attitude.
That way they'll take you serious.
They'll take you serious.
Yeah,
So I'm going to be the man that's just that all the time.
Right.
And now that's getting labeled as maybe that's toxic.